Hi, I'm Megan Foy with BookTrib.com. Today we're talking with Tracy Lambrecht, who writes as PJ Tracy, and we're talking to her about her just-released book, The Guilty Dead. This book is the 9th in the popular Monkey Wrench series, and many are calling it the best one yet. Gripping, suspenseful, and tightly written. So let's get right into it. For those not aware, the signature PJ Tracy has represented the writing team of Tracy Lambrecht and her mother, PJ Lambrecht. Your latest novel, The Guilty Dead, is the first novel you've written solo since the passing of your mother. Describe the emotion you must have felt writing this one on your own.
Oh, it was an incredibly tense, and it was intense and very cathartic at the same time. You can't write unless you access your emotion, and that emotion goes onto the page, and I certainly did. And also, it's such an intrinsic part of our mother-daughter relationship, and always has been, that it brought her to life. You know, she's with me when I write.
That's good. I'm sure she's happy about it.
She's smiling. I know she is. She's up there having a glass of wine.
A mother-daughter writing team. How did that combo come into being?
Well, I think it started when I was about 3 years old at bedtime story hour. She would always read me a book or story before bedtime. And then she got the great idea, it's like, let's write our own. So she would do the first line, I'd come up with the second line, and then we'd act them out with my stuffed animals, Lammy and Teddy, who, by the way, are looking pretty rough. I don't know if you can see them.
Oh my God.
They used to be like white, and yeah. So anyhow, they were loved to death, obviously. So that's the genesis, actually, of our collaborative process, and obviously it got refined over the years. But we always did that. PJ was a writer. I always wanted to be a writer, so it was something that we just developed and developed and developed. And she had actually published her first short story at Saturday Evening Post when I was 7, and so that kind of started to launch her, and kind of the rest is history. I went to college and was a Russian major, not a lit major. But after that, we started writing together, and actually we started with short stories, and then did her romances, and then moved on to mainstream fiction.
You started writing when you were, 3?
Well, yeah, PJ and I together. It was kind of an exercise for us.
Why on earth does your bio mention that you wanted to be a Russian spy? How did that happen?
There's actually a backstory to that. I mean, first of all, I was the kind of person, I had so many interests and wanted to do everything and try everything, and I never wanted to be that person who would have regrets and say, I wish I would have done this, that, or the other thing. So the Russian spy thing came in because my grandfather was actually, he worked on the hydrogen. PJ's dad did. So, and it was totally, it was classified up until the late 80s. And we never knew about it. And then he could finally tell us a little bit about it. And the whole cloak and dagger thing, it just seemed exciting. So I went to college and studied Russian, and then the wall fell. And then it's like, you don't need spies anymore. I could probably get a job now, right? But I did, it was all those things. I studied opera because I loved opera. I was in a rock band for 7 years. I mean, I've just done a lot of things. And I have no regrets.
Why are you so cool?
Well, PJ was a cool mom.
Getting more into the book specifically, in The Guilty Dead, a beloved philanthropist on the 1-year anniversary of his son's death from overdose is found dead with a smoking gun in his hand. What might appear to be an open and shut case never really is. Something is not right, and the character's death is no suicide. Which do you typically map out first in a plot like this, the beginning or the ending?
None of the above. I cannot outline PJ, and I never outline. It's a very organic, dynamic process. And so every book is a little bit different in how it's approached. We would always come up with kind of a concept, a high concept, and then populate it with characters and kind of get an idea. But every chapter that's written changes the next one. So it's just impossible to do it. But this book was interesting because I kind of had an idea that I wanted to deal with the secrets of a powerful family dynasty and see what secrets are worth killing for. So that was my concept. But actually, diversion from normal, I wrote the prologue as a total standalone with no connection to the plot a few months earlier. I just wrote it, and then I thought of this plot. Yeah, and then just came together. Hey, goodness, right? Flying by the seat of my pants.
So, The Guilty Dead has been called the most thrilling installment in the Monkey Wrench series. A series full of one thriller after another. Why are people calling this one your most thrilling thriller?
Gosh, I think the characterizations got really deep, and it was because I was so emotional at the time. I just really got into the characters, her driving, the homicide, the murder, part of the plot, and just the excitement. I just knew that, it was kind of a perfect platform to really boost up the excitement and add additional tension. And so it just kind of came out of me. But I was very thrilled writing it because I don't always know what's going to happen. So I was pretty shocked. And, probably the last few months I was writing, I swear I had all sort of just a nervous wreck all the time because you're in there.
So do you ever get nightmares from your thrillers?
No, I never do. I never get nightmares from them. However, I have had nightmares that actually give me an idea for a book. But fortunately, I don't have a whole lot of nightmares. Yeah, I know. It is scary, isn't it?
Are there parts of each book that are more fun to write or more fun to imagine than other parts? So any particular scenes that come to mind for The Guilty Dead?
Oh my gosh. For all of the books, my very favorite thing to write are the detectives Gino and McGilty. They are hysterical. I could write them. I could write a whole book just dialogue between those two. So when I get to the point where I can write them, it's like, it's like Christmas morning. It's so fun.
So what are you working on right now?
Breaking news here. I am literally about 5 pages from finishing the 10th Monkey Wrench novel.
So I'll be talking to you again?
Yeah, you will next year. It'll be out next year. So again, it's exciting, and every book's kind of different. This was a different process, different plot, but it's just still the joy that it brings me. I mean, I love my job. I'm bored when I can't write. So I write 365 days a year because I want to.
A lot of people would kill to love their job that much.
That's for sure. I know how lucky I am.
So last one. What question do you hate being asked?
And you know what? I don't hate any question. I could just sit there and blabber all day long, and I can't think of any question that ever threw me off guard. And, I'm a very open person, so, it doesn't bother me when people get personal, and so I can't. But I will let you know if I ever get one that makes me angry.
Well, thank you for being here with us. This was Megan Foy speaking to Tracy Lambrecht, whose latest book is The Guilty Dead, which is out now.